The man stuffed his newborn son into a sack and threw him into the river, thinking the boy had met his end. But to his shock, 6 years later, the boy returned, radiating righteousness. The man was stunned by the sight, but before he could speak, he saw the murderous intent in the boy's eyes. The next day, the boy followed his grandmother to the ancestral hall to pay respects and reclaim his place in the family. As expected, something unexpected happened. When he lit incense before the ancestral tablets, they began to shake as if possessed, accompanied by eerie wailing sounds. At first, they thought it was an earthquake, but when the boy lit the incense again, it became clear this was no ordinary child, but the reincarnation of their family's ancient ancestor. 10,000 years ago, the crown prince of the southern dynasty was betrayed and killed. His soul accidentally transmigrated into the body of this 6-year-old boy. At first, the prince was dissatisfied with this humble family, but upon entering the home, he was stunned. The grandmother looked exactly like his imperial grandmother. Because of that, he willingly chose to remain in this house as their descendant. However, his parents and older sister deeply looked down on him. They believed he came from the countryside and was uncultured and crude. They even openly declared that in the years he had been gone, they had adopted another son, now the favorite treasure of the family and heir to the lineage. The whole family adored the adopted brother, while treating the returned boy coldly. The house servants also neglected him, assigning him to a dilapidated storage room and tossing his belongings on the floor like trash. But the boy's noble and intimidating aura instantly scared the maid into silence, and she quickly left. The next day, when he went to greet his grandmother, she sensed something unusual in his behavior. That's when the maid showed her a piece of calligraphy he had written. The grandmother felt the handwriting was oddly familiar. She immediately put on her reading glasses to examine it more closely. Unexpectedly, the boy's mother found it ridiculous that she was so focused on a worthless piece of paper, snatched the calligraphy, and tore it to pieces on the ground. Infuriated, the grandmother slapped her hard and ordered the calligraphy be restored at once, stating that it might be worth a fortune in the future. She valued this grandson deeply. The next day, she brought him to a banquet. Seeing that the boy was now favored by the grandmother, his older brother and sister became jealous. They secretly mocked him, saying that no matter how expensive his clothes were, he still gave off the stink of poverty. They even plotted to embarrass him in public. Before that storm had even passed, the boy was ridiculed by one of his father's business partners. But instead of defending him, his father blamed everything on the boy. The boy replied to him, stating that maybe his father's position in high society is not what it is cracked up to be, as people are mocking his son right in front of him. Hearing this, his father's business partners ridiculed him once more, stating that he has no manners at all. Faced with such arrogance, the boy didn't back down. With hands in his pockets, he walked up to the men and spoke and asked them if ridiculing 6 years old is what they call manners. His father tried to discipline him, but the grandmother scolded the father harshly, calling him a useless coward who wasn't even worthy of his own son. She then boldly announced they would cut ties with those business partners. Before leaving to handle other matters, she told the older siblings to take the boy to play. But as soon as she left, the three started scheming. The adopted son told the boy that he may have some merit, but everything in this family belongs to him. Even his sisters and parents love him, and not the boy. The boy slapped him for this rude comment, and his sisters asked him how he could do this to his older brother, but he boldly told them that he will slap them too if they act out like that. He declared that he is now their rival in the family's inheritance, and he is going to take everything from all of them.